And we pleased, honored, and privileged to be joined right now by the first African-American woman to hold the position of athletic director at Morgan State University, my alma mater, Lena Freeman-Patton. How big is this moment for you?
It means a lot to me. I wear it with pride. I accept the honor and the responsibility that comes with being in this role and being the first woman to serve in this role at Morgan State. And I know what it means to have representation. And for people in front of me, behind me, people who got me to where I am, some of my mentors who are also Morgan alum, even from Lake Clifton High School. I was fortunate to have a woman athletics director at Lake Clifton, even as a high school student athlete. And she's actually an alum of Morgan as well.
So you were sort of groomed in this moment.
Definitely.
As the next generation would say, you built for this.
I was groomed. There are so many women in my life, whether professional or personal, that prepared me for this opportunity. My aunt is a retired Army colonel, and my mom was a middle school teacher, and everybody was in leadership roles around me in my life.
Where do you see Morgan's place in terms of the pride of the city of Baltimore? And I want to frame it in the context of what Deion Sanders did with the civic pride in Jackson. I've been to Jackson. I know that Jackson for the last 30 years had been leading FCS in football attendance and the whole bit. It's passion, but he's taking it to the next level. I've always thought, Baltimore's reverence towards Morgan was similar to that. With a successful, compliant, healthy, consistent athletic program, do you think that Morgan can impact the civic pride that Baltimore, with some things that are going on these days, is struggling a little bit with right now?
Right. No, I definitely think Morgan is positioned to do the same thing here in Baltimore. I love what's going on at Jackson State. I admire their leadership and their coaching staffs. And I think we can do the same thing for the city of Baltimore and the state of Maryland, for that matter. I think that there's an opportunity, there's some excitement, there's definitely a want, from the community, from the university. I got so much positive feedback when my story was announced and the release came out about how people are rooting for Morgan State to be that school in our area.
When you look at the amenities that are already in place, does that not enhance what you can immediately hit the ground running to have to try to embark on?
Definitely. I think we have great bones. We have, like you said, facilities, which will get better. And President Wilson is committed to making improvements to the current facilities and also looking at possibilities for the future. And for me, I don't know that I would have taken over for a program that needed a full makeover, complete full makeover. I'm great at building, but you got to have a foundation. And so I think Morgan State has the foundation, has the want, the leadership, and to be honest, I think we're definitely getting there with the resources. We're in a good spot compared to other institutions that I've been at, as far as that's concerned. And I think we'll be able to help and provide the support that our coaches need to grow our student athletes and develop our student athletes.
You do know the city, you know the college game, and we're entering into this new world order of student athletes really appreciating the cultural experience that goes with competing in intercollegiate athletics at HBCUs. How do you think that your influences being groomed at the PWIs will help you bridge the gap to accentuate Morgan's place, where some other schools who really don't have the resources that Morgan has, but can get to the next level?
Correct. Yeah, I think I've been fortunate enough to be at all levels of Division I but also still keep my ties to HBCU. And I'm very connected to a lot of my colleagues that are athletics directors at HBCUs and been involved in a lot of the activities. And to be honest, that's where most of my money goes. And so for me, that's what it's about. It's about bridging the two. It's about taking all of the experience that I've had for these past 25 years across the country at different levels and bringing that back to my community and bringing that back to Morgan State, my home, and I think we're primed to take off.
What's the one thing you're looking forward to the most about coming home, if you will? Is it crab cakes? Is it chicken pie?
Oh, I love my crab cakes now. So.
Is it the Preakness?
Is the Preakness? Probably not the Preakness as much, but I've been to the Preakness before several times. My auntie used to take me there all the time. But definitely the crab cakes. I'm very picky with that. I was at the University of New Orleans, and there's a story where one of our supporters owns 3 restaurants in the city. And my then boss, Tim Duncan, we call him the real Tim Duncan, not the one from the Spurs. He played at Memphis, but he was my AD there, and I was his deputy athletics director. And he had lunch with one of the with chef, and he said, Dina doesn't like your crab cakes. And he was like, what? She only eat crab cakes from this one place. And so he took it upon himself to make crab cakes, try to make crab cakes that would please me. And he got close, but there's nothing like Maryland crab cakes.
There's not. And people don't understand, when you grow up in Maryland, you are predisposed with crab meat to have a fixation for Old Bay seasoning. It's not, right. It's not a crab cake without Old Bay. To get out of mind things. Thank you so much for joining us here on the HBCU Sports Nation. We look to do it again real soon.
Thanks, Mark.
Go Bears.
Mama Bear here.
Okay.